Hi, this is Lisa Somerville with Splendiferous Creations. Today I'm going to show you how to stamp this image using Kitchen Sink Stamps multi-step lilacs. As I mentioned before in my other video, it's easier if you place your images on your acrylic blocks and number them for the different steps. For the lilacs, I've numbered my blocks 1, 2, 3, and 4. To start out, I'm going to use image number 3. I'm going to ink it in eggplant. I'm going to stamp off on my scrap paper and stamp onto the white cardstock. Next, I'm going to use image number 2. I'm going to ink it in amethyst. Go ahead and stamp your image. Next, I'm going to take image number 1. I'm going to ink it in bashful blue. I'm going to stamp off on my scrap paper and stamp right on top of those images we just stamped. The last step is image number 4. I'm going to go ahead and ink that again in eggplant. And stamp that right over the images. Your lilac will look something like this when you're done. Next, we're going to add the stem. You can see again, I've put the images on one acrylic block, and I've labeled them step 1 and 2. We're going to take step number 2. Ink it in artichoke, and add that to the lilac. So it will look something like this. Image number 1 will be stamped in celery. Go ahead and stamp over image number 2, just like this. Next, we'll be adding the leaves. Again, you can see my blocks are labeled 1, 2, and 3. With the leaves, I like to start with image number 1, so that way I can be sure to get the stem. We'll ink it with celery. Stamp off on your scrap paper. Go ahead and add your leaves. Repeat with the other side. Stamp off. Add your image. You'll notice this purple here. That's because when I stamped off on my scrap paper, it actually grabbed that ink. So make sure when you stamp off, you stamp in a clear spot so you don't end up grabbing ink that's already stamped on your scrap paper. We're going to cover that with the next step, so that's okay here. We're going to take image number 2, ink it with mellow moss. You're going to see how it fits right over image number 1. Go ahead and ink again. The last step is image number 3. We're going to ink that in artichoke. Again, you're going to see how it fits over those images. Go ahead and stamp. Ink again. And stamp the other side. When you're done, you'll have a lilac like this. I used it on my finished card here, stamping the 3 panels. Until next time.